What's up, ATFers? I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for. Oh, dang it! I can't stand when it does this. I want to thank you for injecting this installment into your life. I want to thank you, and I want to congratulate you at the same time for making this move. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk at you. Now, ATFers, we do miss you when it's live. I wish we could see your chat. I wish we could see your profile show up. And we could just interact a little bit, chop it up. But I get it. I get it. Some of us are on very different timelines. And I'm just happy that you're finding a way to make this long distance relationship work in a way that makes sense for you. Because you could easily not. You could easily not. But you do. But you do. And that speaks volumes to me. Makes me glad. Makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Must be doing something right. All the ATFers showing up tonight. Just putting in some other details right here. Oh. All right, I think that's good enough. Baby, 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 baby. I got that feeling. Can't help it. Wow, this is annoying. Oh, that's annoying. Don't you know? That's annoying, don't you know? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Thank you again, ATFers. You are truly built differently. Let's pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. All right. Let's make it a different size. Don't it make my blind eyes accurate? There we go. There we go. Marloca. I'm coming at you a little bit later today. Marloca, guess what I found? Guess what I found? I was looking it up earlier. Look, I'm bracing myself. I'm bracing myself mentally. And I know that I don't know who's gonna be able to make it. And I know some nice people can't make it. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. There's going to be a movie night when I'm all by myself. It's gonna happen. I understand that. And I'm prepared for it. It's difficult. We're all on very different timelines, you know. And I've been trying my best. It seemed like it was going to be working out for the majority of people that are going to be regulars to do it on Thursday evenings. But there's no way I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow. So we're doing movie night tonight. And yes, it's going to... I don't know if you guys ever heard of a movie called Cry Baby with Johnny Depp. I can't even believe this. When I was in high school, one of the chicks that I used to hang out with, she wanted to watch this one day at the pad, and I almost told her that we couldn't be friends anymore. It was one of the worst things that I ever saw in my life. And I saw faces of death when I was in kindergarten. So, but tonight is crybaby night, and I will be crying like a baby, at least on the inside. Marloca, is this the first time you've been first? Angel Padilla, Alan Brooks, Jane Caulfield, showing up unfashionably early. Melancholy, what's up, man? Critical thinking, I like it. What's up, Taz X? Mike Hancock, first light counts for a lot. I appreciate it. Ariel Hawini finally asked the hard questions. He's being brave lately. Iban Kraft, yeah. And look, I'm going to talk about it right now. That dude's sketchy, man. That dude is sketchy. Jessica Maldonado. Jessica, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for that last time on the stream when you fell asleep. When the stream apparently bored you to sleep. I'm just playing. I appreciate you hanging in to the very end. I appreciate you letting that algorithm roll and letting that watch time go, whether intentionally or not. Even if it wasn't intentionally, I'd like to think that your subconscious is down with the Mexican martial arts. So thank you. What's up, Ty Bills? I'm gonna start talking about it right now. Let me just say hello to everybody real quick. Luis Angel, have you seen King of the Streets? I don't see fools pulling guard. Hey, I've contemplated doing some breakdowns of King of the Streets, but I feel like I'll immediately get age restricted and demonetized again, and I'm very nervous. That stuff is crazy, man. Yeah, they ain't pulling guard. Is this a chick flick? Yeah, it's a chick flick. Oh yeah, it's the chick flick. It has Johnny Depp. I didn't see it, so I don't get it. Yes. Are you talking about the movie? I want to see Francis Ngannou and John Jones in a demolition derby. We might get it. They might put them on the prelims at the White House. They know what's going to be like. Hey, if you want to do it, you're going to have to be on the prelims. You're going to have to be on the event that's not even televised. Remember, like in the old days, they wouldn't even televise the first ones? Meek slays all. We click the bell, give the notifications on Albo Sopa and run some MMA. That's what I'm saying, Meek slays. Thank you. I'm out disc golfing in the snow. Probably after the fact, I love you. Bro, that is crazy. Hey, that reminds me of an Angel Padilla. I saw a video today on Shorts, and it was of Lake Michigan, and it was like a bunch of sludgy, like frozen ice just floating around in Lake Michigan. And it looked like an ocean of floating ice. But it wasn't like all the way across like hard ice. It was like slushy. Like it was terrifying to look at. Oh my gosh. Be careful out there, Disco Golf Hutch. Stay warm. Richard Baker strapped in. When we doing airplane? Oh. We got to do all the goods, bro. Airplane. Naked gun, loaded weapon. Heck yeah. Ariel and Jason House are butt buds. Wait, who's Jason House? I probably don't watch enough Ariel to know who Jason House is. 5:30, dang. You putting in those extras. Yeah, out of bounds, bro. Heck yeah. Iridium is in Shelby Park. Iridium, what is that? Is that like a Bitcoin? Crybaby is a rom-com inspired by many ladies to date those. Yeah. In the army now. Oh my gosh. That's going to be one of them for sure. I love Pauly Shore, man. I love Pauly Shore. I don't even know how many times I've watched, oh my gosh, I can't even think of it now. The one where he like lived with that family on the farm. What the heck? Why can't I think of it right now? I think it starts with an S. I cannot believe. Steven Tyler PJs. What's it called? Oh my gosh. I'm so annoyed right now. I don't want someone else to know it and me not know it, because then you're going to seem like a bigger Pauly Shore fan. Son-in-law. Hey, melancholy, I think it's a symptom, bro. I think people like us love Pauly Shore. What's up, bruh? Chinese, bruh. Hey, do you watch Melancholy? Do you watch what's it called? The Ranting Rants podcast, where he just chills and walks around in his house talking a bunch of nonsense. Hey, Jane Caulfield, some of them, I'm gonna be honest, some of them are a guilty pleasure. I'm gonna be honest. Like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I'll watch. I'm gonna stop talking about it. Some of them are good. Some of them. Do you like? I agree with you, but some of them. Anyway, I kind of wish I didn't say that. What's up, Rancelot? Oh yeah, Stripes. Heck yeah, Biodome, Sling Blade. Oh jeez. Oh heck yeah. I'm happy that Jane likes Pauly. Is Pauly a offshore? Pauly Shore offshoot of Jersey? What the heck, Marco? Are you telling me that we're getting to introduce you to Pauly Shore? Oh, I'm so excited for you, bro. Y'all ever seen the movie PC with Jeremy Piven? No. But I like Piven. I need to check it out. Encino Man, bro. I watched Encino Man too many times when I was a little kid. I might have seen that more than Son-in-Law. I forgot about that, man. Dang. Hitch is good. Oh. Yeah, the Goofy movie. Hey, have you seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? That's just good. That's just good cinema. It's a good movie, bro. I love love. Actually, I admit it. Did you know that Prince wrote the script for In the Army Now? Not squeezing the jizz. Oh, bro, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like I could watch it today, bro. And there's just something like mystical about it. It's so good, man. Everything about it, the lighting, the angles, the suits, the voices, everything is just so perfect. So perfect. I'm telling you, it's a good movie. What's her name, that actress? She's just such a good actress. Julia, I don't know. I don't remember her name. She makes a movie good. She's a talented actress. It's Goldie Hawn's daughter, right? I don't remember her name. Wasn't it Julia something or Julianne something? I don't know. Something more? Mystical. Magical. Kate Hudson. Why the heck? Who was I thinking of? Kate Hudson, yes. I could watch like any. She's just a good actress. She's entertaining. She's funny. Die Hard. I watched Die Hard for the first time ever last Christmas. I was like, I always hear it's the best Christmas movie. And I watched it and I was very disappointed. Wait, are you telling me 17 Again is a remake of 18 Again with Pauly Shore? Wait a minute. Was Pauly Shore in a movie like that? Did I miss it? Was Pauly Shore in a movie called 18 Again? Or are you trolling me? What the heck? I think that was a joke that went over my beanie. Wait a minute. There's a Pauly Shore movie that I haven't seen. It was from 1988. It's called 18 Again, and Pauly Shore was in it. I get so excited with stuff like this. Like it's like on this. It's like when you're playing a video game and it's part of the map you haven't discovered yet. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. Bro, I'm so happy we started talking about Pauly Shore. I'm indebted to you, bro. Oh, he just searched him up and it popped up. That's the first thing that popped up when you looked up Pauly Shore. Jane Caulfield, understandable. Understandable. All right, so let me talk about. I want to do it like I did yesterday. I want to talk about the topic real quick. I want to get to the point. So Francis Ngannou did it. Francis Ngannou assaulted Dana White. There's no question. And you know what? It's not like I'm a Dana White sympathizer, you know? But I think it's one of those things. Dana White kind of has that aura like Brendan Schaub has, where everybody just automatically, no matter what, defaults to, I hate that guy. I don't like that guy. He must have did it. Let's start with all the memes now. And let's not listen to any context or nuance whatsoever. He's a very hateable guy. Let's attack him. And I'm not saying I'm a Dana White or a Brendan Schaub sympathizer or whatever, and that they're perfect or anything like that. I'm just saying, good example. Thank you, South. Good example that I just thought of. Same thing with Jamal Hill. Nobody likes that dude. Nobody likes that dude. Joanna Young Jacek has a crush on him, and she doesn't even like him. No, but I made a video about him. I actually made a video about him, like, remember a few months ago, about how he lost to Roundtree, and his lady saw it. I think it's his wife. Are they married? I can't remember if she just liked it on Instagram or if she started following me from it. And I don't know if she was trying to let me know that she saw it or what. Like trying to intimidate me or what. I don't know. Or maybe she liked it. Maybe she's a nice lady and she was like, hey, this is funny. But I can't remember. She either liked it or she actually followed me. It was something like that. I remember I was like, what the heck? But nobody likes that dude. It's fun to talk papas about him. No one's ever on his side. And I made the video saying I can't even imagine how the dude even has one fan. I can't even wrap my beanie around it. But when it came out, this beef that he was having with Joanna Young Jacek, immediately I was like, oh, he's telling the truth. It's not the way that she's... And then she came out with this... I guess it wasn't an apology because she was acting like she didn't do anything wrong. It was just her statement, I guess. It came across like if she was a hostage. It almost seemed like if somebody had programmed her likeness, because people were kind of joking around saying it felt like a Chat GPT thing that she was reading. And I don't think it was that. I don't agree with that. I think she was animated. I think they put her likeness into Sora, and I think that video was actually generated from AI. I think it was beyond reading a Chat GPT script. I think what you were seeing was an AI visual. It didn't even look real. She seemed so lifeless and robotic. It was so weird. And I swear, I played it in slow motion, and when she moves her hand, I swear at one point she had 7 fingers. I'm not positive. I tried not to... Well, I kept slowing it down and watching it over and over, and Marilena saw me. She got the wrong idea. And I don't even think... Look, I'm not getting into that. I don't need to be disrespectful in that way. Personally, I don't think that lady... I don't find the attraction. I know a lot of people like Joanna Young Jacek. And I feel like some ladies, people just like them because of what they put out there. Kind of the way they posture themselves and present themselves, and it just makes people get a certain vibe. And then it's like, oh, I think she's hot, right? Because she acts hot. She's hot, right? Because she kind of puts that out there. She's hot, right? Right? She strikes me that way. She's definitely not what you would consider like a traditional... Look, see, I don't want to get into that. That's low right there. I don't need to get into the way she looks. I'm just saying the way that she responded to the situation was such a obvious red flag. She in no way addressed what actually happened. She danced around everything. And what Jamal Hill did, on the other hand, he was so brutally honest and transparent that he even said things that threw himself under the bus. He said things that gave himself up and that could potentially make himself look pretty bad. Now, I don't know how long Jamal Hill has been with this lady, but he admitted, for those of you that don't know the story, for those of you who might not have been paying attention to this whole thing, long story short, apparently a few years ago, I don't know. It sounded like he was referring to when things were crazy and it was around the COVID times and things were kind of shut down and they were kind of indoors and stuff. I don't know. Somewhere a few years ago, Jamal Hill and Joanna Young Jacek were in some kind of UFC event. And he, in his words, shot his shot. And according to what he's saying, it didn't really happen. She was like, it didn't really play out. And he's like, all right, whatever. And he used the statement that it was a failed mission. He's like, all right, all good, whatever. I don't know if he was with his lady at that time. Because then fast forward, I think a couple years later, I don't know, him and his lady and Joanna and her agent were at some event. And the agent kept trying to drop hints and make Jamal Hill feel uncomfortable. And finally his lady was like, I already know about it, right? We talked about it. It's all good. I know about it. But still, I don't know if that means they weren't even together. But still, he preemptively tells her, hey, just so you know, in case she acts weird, this happened. She's like, oh, I don't care. We weren't even together, whatever. Or if they were together and this was something they had to deal with and get over. And now Joanna and her agent are making it even worse. I don't know. But then I guess it got a little bit awkward. Whatever. They go their separate ways. There wasn't a big drama or no blows thrown or anything like that. But now Joanna was at this event at UFC 323. And she was all pedo. She was drinking and stuff. And she's like, where's your lady? Where's your lady? And apparently, I don't know how she worded it, but she was supposedly making threats to Jamal Hill and his lady. Like she's going to come at her like she's jealous or something. And Jamal Hill starts telling her, if you touch her, I'm going to knock you out. And people were coming at Jamal Hill saying, you never do that to a lady. You never tell a lady. And I said it yesterday. I don't understand that. I don't care if you're a fifth grader. I don't care if you're an old lady. I don't care if you're a giraffe. I don't care if you're an AI robot. Like if you come at a dude's lady, you're getting that elbow sopa. That's all it is. I don't care. I don't care if you're Miss America. I don't care if you're an astronaut. If you come at a dude's lady, you're getting the elbow sopa. That's not the gentleman stuff and the men's this and talks. It goes out the window, bro. You start throwing hands. You start getting aggressive. You become a threat. I'm looking at you like RoboCop, bro. It's on sight. That's it. I'm not going to be, hold up. Let me scope the genitalia. No. And these days, it doesn't even matter anyway. Hey, right? If it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Let me assume your gender. Let me assume. You come at me, you come at the spouse. I'm going to assume for you. I'll assume for you. Because that's what we're doing, right? So I've never been a fan of Jamal Hill. I don't care for the dude. I always clown on the dude. I like to make videos about the dude, saying what I think of him. But I saw the whole thing that went on, kind of stepped back a little bit, looked at it objectively, looked at her video, looked at his video, and anybody with their beanie on straight knows what's up. There's no confusion whatsoever. No confusion. But some people are just so quick to assume a certain kind of thing and attack a certain kind of way and start running their mouths a certain kind of way because they don't like Jamal Hill. And that's the same thing that they did with Dana White. As soon as he starts talking about the thing with Francis Ngannou, everyone's like, yeah, right, Dana White lies all the time. That's why they call him Dana White Lies, those little Dana White lies. That's why they're always, just the other day, he was talking about what he didn't say about Tomas Asbon. He's like, oh, wait, hold, but I did say that, but this is what I meant. He's always backtracking. Always saying one thing and then another. Boxing doesn't make the best fights. Boxing doesn't put the best against the best like MMA. Well, he's doing the same thing now. He always backtracks, always switches it up, nonstop. But I'm not interested in basing my stance on what someone did 9 out of 10 times. I'm looking at right here, right now. What happened right now? I don't want to hear about what he did yesterday. What did Dana White do yesterday? Probably something stupid. What did he say? Probably something dumb. It was probably a lie. But we're talking about today. What are we talking about right now? Ngannou and Dana White. And Ngannou came on Ariel Helwani's show. And he couldn't possibly make himself look more suspicious. Now, I don't want to turn this into like, I'm not. I know that other people would be quick too. He was giving off that like, I'm a Nigerian prince and my uncle just died and I need you to help me retrieve his fortune kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Every single question that Ariel would, I'm telling you, I swear, I was waiting for Ariel to ask him something like, bro, what's your name? Hey, Francis, can you tell me your name? Can you at least tell me your name? And then Francis would be like, well, what do you think my name is? Every single question he would ask him, he would dance around it. He would say, well, what do you think? He couldn't answer a single question straight. It's like he thought he even made a reference at one point to like, well, I'm not in court, right? It was as if he thought he was in court and he was advised by somebody to not answer anything straight whatsoever. And he had his opportunity to just give a response. Did you put your hands on Dana White? Well, why don't you ask him? Well, nobody needs to ask him because he already preemptively made his statement. I mean, I hate to agree with Ariel Helwani. But even Ariel was like, well, do I really have to explain to you, bro, that he already answered that by willingly putting forth that statement. So now that's why I'm here with you. Hey, Francis, I know we wasted some time talking about PFL and different matchups. That's not why you're here, bro. This is what I was trying to get to. This is what I was trying to ease you into. So can you tell me, did you put your hands on Dana White? Well, why don't they check the cameras? When Ngannou was talking about, by the way, thank you, James Bishop. Thank you for welcoming Dead Mike. You have just brought life. You have just brought life to Dead Mike. And I want to tell you guys something. Those of you that show up and gift people. I received a comment from somebody yesterday. And they said something along the lines of, oh, this is cool, bro. I barely got into this membership and there's already a new video. And I was like, heck yeah. That makes me feel good because I remember I used to get discouraged on the Patreon, honestly, because I would post videos on there and nobody would even watch them. And I was like, if no one's even going to watch them, I could probably use this time that I'm putting a video on here every day doing something else, making more content that's actually going to be public. And I remember I would even ask the people, hey, do you guys even want these or should I invest this time doing like breakdowns or something? They're like, yeah, whatever. We're just here to slap down money so you can keep the channel alive. We don't even really need the content. And I was like, what? Now that was a few years ago. This might be a different wave of people here now. But I do upload brand new MMA content every Monday through Friday on the membership and on the Patreon. I just double post, same video, membership and Patreon. And it made me feel really good to know that someone appreciated it. Someone's showing up, they're watching them. I just recorded one right before the stream. I'm going to upload it a little bit later. I used to upload them before I streamed, which isn't a good idea. So I'm going to upload it after. But thank you, James Bishop, for bringing life to Dead Mike. If you are in the membership, a lot of people have been gifted lately. That means you have unprecedented access to the dark web of the Mexican martial arts. If you click on the membership tab up there, which if you are a member now, if you are a gringo, you have that green name, it's probably called perks now. You click on that, there's a bunch of stuff that nobody else could see. It was weird when, and I remember even before this interview when I heard Dana White talking about it, because I was thinking, and I even said on my video on Sit Down MMA, I was like, there's got to be cameras. How is there not cameras all over a place like that? All over a place like that. Now, first of all, I got to be honest. we hear a lot of stories, right? Not all of them, but unfortunately, a lot of UFC fighters, because what are they? They're professional athletes. They're professional athletes. What do professional athletes do? What kind of extracurricular activities do they embark on? Same as rock stars. Same as Hollywood celebrities. You know these dudes are walking around behind the scenes with those funny little masks on with the 3-foot noses. You know what I'm saying. And nobody's wearing any underwear. You know what I'm saying. Unfortunately, like I don't mean to break the fourth wall on you. I know a lot of people look at these dudes like these heroes and you like to watch them and root for them, but there's some cochinos in here. The MMA fighters, these UFC fighters that you look up to, that you root for, and hey, maybe it'll make some of you like them even more. I don't know. Some people get down differently. They're professional athletes. They're insatiable. And who are we talking about at the top? Dana White? Dana White? You think Dana White? You think that's the way he operates? You think that's the way he moves? You think Dana White wants cameras breathing down his neck? There's probably not cameras. Now that I think about it, there's probably not. Dana White probably brings in security teams on a regular basis to comb for cameras. He probably brings in people on a week. He probably has fools on retainer that he brings in and he tells them, all right, search the whole place. Make sure there ain't no cameras in here. They probably do like at the comedy shows. They make them put their cell phones in the little bags and lock them up and everything. There's probably not a single camera on that premises. Think about it. These are famous people. Now, if you go and tell your tia, if you go and tell one of your coworkers, hey, do you know who Alexa Grasso is? Do you know who Joshua Van is? Do you know who ask them who Islam Makhachev is. They'll say no. But they're famous to people in the MMA community, to the MMA fans. It's a big deal. Don't you think we'd see more footage constantly from the Apex if there were cameras there? There would be stuff. I almost broke my computer. I spilled some coffee. There would be leaks constantly from that footage. I need to dry this. I'm going to go crazy. Well, this is very unfortunate. I thought I brought a towel in here last time. I'm gonna have to dry it with my hoodie. Dang it. If there were cameras at the Apex, we would be seeing footage all the time from that place. Not only from some disgruntled employee, really. You see those videos all the time from like a 7-Eleven, from a Target, from a Denny's. You know people release footage. If they're doing it at these run-of-the-mill places, these 9-to-5 places, these restaurants, you don't think footage is going to be being released when you got these UFC superstars? You don't think even the UFC itself, they're always doing stuff over there. They're doing all these pranks. They're doing all these games. They're doing all these things to entertain themselves. Even the UFC itself would take advantage of that footage and somehow insert it onto things on a regular enough basis, on their social media, whatever. I don't think there's a single camera on that premises. I think the only camera in that building is the one that Nina Drama's husband walks around holding. I think that's the only camera allowed. And I think Francis Ngannou knew that. The way that he said that. Because I remember I thought that when I first heard the story, check the cameras. Why wouldn't anybody check the camera? It's a no-brainer. Why are we even talking about this? If something like that really happened, who is not going to be? And then Dana White already didn't like him. You got footage, bro. Check the cameras. So I remember when I heard that, I was like, is there no cameras? Because I got all my homies with me. And then when Ngannou said that today, when he was talking to Ariel Helwani, somebody brought up the cameras or whatever like that. I think it was Ngannou, the way he was like, why don't you check the cameras? He said it with such an attitude that was like, I bet you that fool knows for a fact there's no cameras. We are family. 'Cause I got all my homies with me. We are family. 'Cause I got Jimmy Bishop with me. Thank you, bro. Thank you, James Bishop. Again, Sloppy Joel. Glizzy Gallardo. Oscar. What the heck? Oscar Araika. The unbeatable Aslam Salim. This is not a vanity metric, bro. This is not like the UFC rankings, aka prankings. This is for real. This isn't just, oh, I got a green name now. I feel validated. People will look at me and know that I walk around differently. No, there is unlimited amounts of content on the membership perks tab that you can see daily weekday uploads with MMA content for your eyes only. Thank you for blessing these people, James Bishop. Apex predators abound. That's what I'm saying. That would be a social gold mine and a liability. Yes. Ooh, let me see. Ooh, right. Oh, ARJR. I think ARJR is at church right now. I think he's at a band practice. I think. Why do I think band practice? Did he ever say that, or is it just a church service? I don't know why I thought. Probably because back in the day, we used to have Wednesday night practices at church for the band, and it was just stuck in my beanie. We are currently sitting 1,163 members have their eyes on this behind the scenes content. That's big right there. Hey, look at this, man. Order a pizza for the movie night. See you soon, boy. Some wonderful individual just blessed my PayPal. With 25 big ones so that I could get a pizza. Now, I am a little apprehensive. I'm going to be honest. I am a little apprehensive about whether or not, about how I feel about doing it during the movie night. Because, no, movie night's different. I could eat it during the movie night. For sure. Last time I was very paranoid. I was trying to eat a pizza the other day during UFC 323, and I felt like a pig. I didn't like doing it. I felt unprofessional. It felt gross. But you know what? I think I could convince myself to get a pizza today. The only thing is, I wonder if Marilena will pick it up for me. Because I'm like, boom, 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 boom today. I don't think I'm going to be able to go get it. But thank you very much for that. I was actually thinking earlier that I would love to go get some food, because I've been just having some scraps today. And I don't want to start getting lightheaded. I got a long evening ahead of me. I was trying to shoot I finally finished writing a sit-down MMA a little bit ago, and I was thinking about trying to shoot that today too, but I don't know how realistic that is. But I really, really, really want to. Dang it. I want to say thank you also, and I'm going to get back to my Francis Ngannou topic right now, but I just want to say thank you to Hoser the guy, Hoser the gal, Hoser the he, Hoser the she, Hoser the dude, Hoser the dudette, Hoser the power couple. The lady appreciated your words of encouragement. She's been wearing the MMA hoodie in these cooler times. It's healing as well. It's healing. It has healing powers. I told her, love the work. The power couple. The power couple. I'm telling you, the family that watches and wears MMA hoodies together stays warm and in love together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hoser, the relationship goals. And I don't take that lightly. I mean, we've got a couple of them. But they're very few and far between. We got a couple of the power couples in this community. And I love it because, I mean, traditionally, historically, I never, ever, ever would. I would always think that, dudes would watch the channel and then, like, their ladies would just hate it and just maybe put up with it. And I remember in the past, there were dudes that would watch the channel that'd be like, I'm sorry, bro, my lady wants me to turn this off every time she's around. And they just couldn't stand it, So the thought that there are some couples out there that could spend this time together and find things that, that they could get down with together as far as the MMA community, that really warms my beanie. And I really appreciate the both of you. And I love what this has formulated into. And it makes me feel very happy to hear that you're feeling good and doing better. I've been in a bad funk. I keep talking about it for the last few days. And I'm just like, what is wrong with me? I've just felt off. I've been feeling kind of tired. Kind of lethargic, kind of scattered mentally. I don't know what the heck is wrong with me. So I'm trying to get into a better place too. So I hope you keep going in the right direction. Thank you. Come on, just re-up the yogurt covered freeze-dried blueberries, bro. I can't get anybody in my house to eat them, bro. I'm gonna have to ask the neighbors. I can't get anybody to eat those blueberries, bro. I tried. I was trying to fake them out too. I was trying to be like, it's got everything. It's got yogurt, blueberry. Like, you want to try some? And they're like, they already know me. They're like, if you like them, you wouldn't be sharing them with anybody. So then they try them apprehensively, and then they're like, oh, dang. The sun, baby. It's got a... Dang, El Topo. If I could turn back time. The chemtrails? Hey, you ain't lying, bro. The sun, baby, it's got the cornhole. The sun has a cornhole? What the heck? When it faces us, we get hit with weird energy? What the heck? Coronal mass erections? What the heck, bro? Oh, this is a family show, bro. This is a family show. What are we doing here? That's illegal. So it's a dark. Oh, is that what they were singing about on Soundgarden? Black holes, son. Won't you? Is that why that dude got depressed and, the dark spot on the sun? Is that what he meant by black hole sun? Rotten Head is right, though. I got a migraine all day during the mass rejection peak times. Man, I'm gonna have to look this up. I don't know what this is about. The surface of the sun has a huge dark spot on it, like a moth. Ejection. The sun has been ejecting a bunch of stuff. What the heck? And it's landing on me. That's why I'm feeling funky. The sun's out here. I don't like the direction this is going in. I'm gonna stop. Is that what it's about, though? Is that what black hole sun is about? That's disrespectful. That the sun's ejecting a bunch of stuff onto me, all unwittingly or whatever. I'm just over here streaming and the sun's ejecting stuff onto me. Actually, James Bishop, I do agree. I did talk super sketchy. It's blowing radiation and magnetism. What the heck? I thought I was in trouble for using the microwave, and then I got this to worry about too. So Anyway, I mean, I feel like I've already said enough that needs to be said about the topic. But look, Dana White was making these claims. And I don't think we have to worry about the fact that why didn't Dana White say anything at the time. It's the same thing that went on a couple years ago with the whole Me Too thing. It's like, oh, it was no problem when you were starring in movies. But now that now that you're got a couple wrinkles, now that you got some, different physical things. Basically, when it benefited them, it was all hush mode. But the moment that you're not getting roles anymore, the moment that you're aging out of the part, then it's like, you know what? I think I have a problem with this now. And that's why a lot of people didn't respect the movement, because it was very hypocritical. It was very opportunistic. But with Dana White, it was like, well, bro, why are you going to come out years later, say something on Flagrant of all places? Why didn't you say it back then? And I think it's like very much like Jamal Hill. I think if Ngannou did this to Dana White, the kind of dude that Dana White is, money. If Dana White could still make money off of this dude, hush mode. He doesn't care. What's he gonna do? Tell on him? Make him get a fine? Make him get locked up? Just go to booking and then get released right away? Give him some more community service? You're gonna try to give Francis Ngannou community service? The first 30 years of Francis Ngannou's life was community service. Have you ever seen him digging those holes? The first part of community service for Francis Ngannou is like playing PlayStation. Like, that's all he knows. That's all he lives and breathes. You can't give someone like that community service. So it didn't even matter. There was no real punishment. What are you going to do? Give him a slap on the wrist? He has dead nerves. Dana White's thinking, I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. He just keeps his mouth shut and keeps using that dude like a puppet and making his money. Or what's he going to do? Snitch and not make money and look like a punk? Looks like, I mean, it's just, unfortunately, that's the way dudes look at it. He doesn't want to look like a victim. And then people talk about the cameras. Well, check the cameras. I doubt there's cameras in that place. And I bet even if there were, even if they had to have them, I doubt they're on the interiors. And you better believe that people up at the top, like Dana White, had a say in where those cameras are and where they aren't. And I bet you he don't want cameras anywhere near his office for good reason. And what I saw from that interview today made him, Ngannou, look unbelievably sketchy. He couldn't answer a single question. If it was like a SATs, he would have got a -5. Dude wouldn't even be willing to give up his name. He wouldn't give Ariel anything. And it was annoying. And you could tell Ariel's always fanboying over everybody and does whatever he can to get people on the show and stay on their good side. Even Ariel started to get like, come on, bro. Like, you got to give me something. What are you doing here? Like, at a certain point, it's just like over the top. Like, it almost becomes aggressive how withholding he was. It was weird. And if you want to vindicate yourself and you want people to stop talking like this, it could be a super easy, like, nah, that's stupid. But it was so... I don't know if he thought he was going to end up getting caught in like a lie detector test, or like if AI was going to evaluate the tones of his voice or something. Like, if you're going to lie, then lie. Just say no. But the way he refused to even answer made it even more sketchy. Like if he was afraid of facing some sort of legal liability for like obstruction or something like that, he could have easily lied. But he made himself seem even more suspicious by beating around the bush. It was an interview from today. I think it was today. I saw it today. It must have been brand new. With Ariel Helwani and Francis Ngannou. And you could tell the first part of the interview, he's just trying to pad it with talking about different fights and stuff like that until he got to the real reason he wanted to talk with them. And he just wouldn't give it up. He would not talk about it. He has to have cameras maybe hidden for collecting dirt like Diddy. Yeah. That's caca from Ngannou, and I'm a fan. Yeah, I've traditionally been a fan-ish. I don't think I've ever had anything against Ngannou. If you unearth anything, then I guess I have a bad memory. I'm not trying to conceal it because I don't think I have. I don't think I ever had an issue with him. He always seemed like a pretty cool dude, but again, and that's definitely the sentiment in the comment sections from that video. It seems like the more that dude talks, the more you start to realize, oh, I think Dana's right. He seems like a really artificial dude that is just like trying to hide behind some kind of character that he fabricated. This aloof dude with a language barrier. Yeah, I don't regularly watch. It's not like I tune into Ariel on any kind of consistent basis or like I got to get my Ariel in. It's nothing like that. But every once in a while, if I see something pop up and the topic looks intriguing enough, I'll take a peek. Hey, melancholy. I understand. I don't I don't particularly like. I don't like Ariel. I'm not like a fan or anything, but I will watch his show to get info. I can't even understand it. I know there's some people that will be like, I refuse to watch certain channels because they just like have this crazy hatred towards certain content creators. But for me, it's like I'm just trying to extract info. If I'm just trying to find out what's going on with a certain type of situation, that's what it's about for me. I don't think I hate any one dude, or I could dislike a person enough to just cut myself off from getting, some MMA content for the day. I got to know what's going on. But what I don't like, over the years, it seems like he accrued this like cast. He has like 3 or 4 dudes on his show. I feel like all of them are annoying. Like, I don't like any of them. The moment he starts inserting the other dudes and they start all talking and cutting back and forth, I just dip out, honestly. I don't know why. I don't care for the other dudes. And again, it's not like I'm an Ariel fan. I think I just got so used to him over the years and it's like, that's what it is. But I don't know. I don't like their dynamic. Yeah. It seems like he's a sabotager. And it's weird because he kind of seems like he's a little bit of a manipulator because he's apparently not as, I don't know if dumb is the right word, as he makes it out to be. But then he makes such dumb moves that makes him look so bad. So it's like, he truly seems like a self-sabotager, just like he did with the UFC and with Dana. And then he goes and makes these terrible decisions with PFL. And then he burns himself out of making a bunch of money with Jake Paul. And then it's like, oh, you look real cool, huh? You look like a big guy. You took a stand and didn't fight the YouTuber, right? And now the dude that knocked you out is making millions and millions, right? Good move. He just seems to always get in his own way. It seems where Francis goes, there's drama. Dana, gang, PFL. Exactly. Imagine Francis was actually a warlord and then changed his identity with the made-up story when he migrated. I never considered that. And even if you are a big Ngannou fan, even if you're not like inclined to come at somebody and say things that could be considered negative about them, you have to admit that's a big fat possibility. I never would have thought of that till now. But again, no matter what you think of them, there's no way you could write off the possibility of that. That's crazy when you think about it. Oh, you're right, Melancholy. I lied. I was wrong. I refuse to listen to Luke Thomas, Ariel all day. You're right, Melancholy. I was talking about, I don't think there's anybody that I could that I couldn't put up with. I can't listen to Luke Thomas for sure. Yeah, now I understand. Yeah. Why would he come here if he was a warlord? Well, it happens to everybody. I mean, look at Scarface. Look at The Godfather. Look at the real gangs and mafia, in the real world. At some point, there might be a revolt. People just rise up and they say, "Chale," and maybe he was outnumbered. Maybe he crossed somebody. Whatever it might be. I haven't seen the We Out Here podcast lately. They switched. They now have a new channel. They moved up. They have a real clean. They have a good thing going. They have a nice setup. They got a nice format. They changed their name. Their channel name is The Casuals MMA. It might be The Casuals MMA podcast, but if you look up The Casuals MMA, that's them now. They kind of rebranded and everything. But I actually just talked with them last week. He showed up on the podcast. I don't know, or on the podcast, on the stream. I don't know if you were here. So we're still in touch. What's up, Balloon Fart? You got a good pump going? Do you miss Adesanya? I mean, I miss Adesanya like I miss Tony Ferguson, and I think you could understand that. I never, ever for half a second liked Adesanya. But, I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, there's certain dudes that just make the sport more entertaining. And whether it was his stupid one-liners or his cringy just atmosphere in general or just the way he would act, like it made things entertaining. You got to have heels. You got to have annoying dudes. You got to have a Goldust, You got to have... You could have your Undertaker and your Stone Cold Steve Austin, but you got to have a Goldust, You got to have some weirdos. How was Francis getting enough protein while slaving away in the interesting choice of words in the sand mines? Well, I mean, he was a warlord, so he probably had dudes bringing out a box of Dominoes for him. He's probably just out there munching on pizza, while everyone else is just, I don't even know, trying to drink water to fill their stomachs. Oh, snap. Dang it, James Bishop. Oh, I like BC a lot, but Luke Thomas I could take a pass on. Who's BC? BC. Brian Callen? BC. I know, for real. We all just kind of took his word for his origin story. Like, who really knows? What if you go back there and start asking people, and they're like, nah. They're like, is he here? Can I speak freely? They need to send out that channel. What is it? Channel 5? They need to send that dude out there, start asking questions. I'm your puppet. Dang it. Does this bring merit? I'm still not switching, GM. Switching. Wait, what did I say about switching? To the casuals? Does that mean you're not leaving me? Is that what you mean? I hope so. Does this bring merit to what Dana says about a lot of fighters, or do you think it's just a fluke? You know what? I go back and forth with Dana. It's tough. It is really difficult with Dana because it seems like he could be wishy-washy. It seemed like he could just, on a whim, completely go back on something he said. But at the same time, he is such unapologetically just... it is what it is type of dude. So it's very tricky with him. He's like a shameless, like, I'll say whatever I want and I don't care because I got that kind of money and nobody could push me around. And I mean, you see that. You see the way he stands up during COVID and the way he stands on what he believes, whether politically or business-wise or whatever. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He doesn't care enough about what people think to lie. But then you'll see him say something that's like, don't pretend that you don't know what you said about Aspinall, bro. But then if I'm being completely honest, because you don't have to like Dana White to be able to admit that the dude is just super straightforward. There's a possibility that he's just so rich and so successful and whatever, that he could just say throwaway things like about Tomas Aspinall or about MMA putting on the best fights and boxing doesn't or what. And he's so rich and busy and preoccupied that he could easily just forget about it. Now, if I had to pick, and some of you might heavily disagree with me on this, if I absolutely had to pick, is Dana White a big old fat liar and he just makes up stuff all the time? Or is he a pretty, you see what you see is what you get, pretty straightforward type of dude? I would say straightforward. What you see is what you get. He doesn't care enough about anything or anybody to lie. He doesn't care. You get what you get. And therefore, I'd have to be left with, I think sometimes he just says stuff and is like, what? I don't even know what I said. I'm too rich, bro. I don't care. I just say stuff. You think I care to retain it in my mind? I'm thinking about my next poker game. I don't know. Who cares? I see that being more a reality than him sitting there like, oh, I don't want to offend Tomas Aspinall. He doesn't care. Dana White says whatever he wants about any fighters all the time, especially somebody like Aspinall. You think Dana cares what Aspinall thinks? So that leads me to believe, in answering your question, I think I'm leaning toward, yeah. I think if Dana White's talking whatever trash about whatever kind of fighter, there's probably some kind of morsel of truth to it. It doesn't mean it's not worth hearing the other dude's side of the story, not worth hearing some of the details. But I don't see him as being some kind of weird, like compulsive liar kind of person. Like that just doesn't suit him. It doesn't fit anything else about him. I'm totally with Luke Thomas on his president rhetoric, but I dislike that he thinks Democrats will do anything about it. I don't even know why he's talking about that. And it's tough because, I mean, I've felt both ways. You know, every time there's an election or something like that, it is so annoying when you see all these actors and celebrities and musicians like telling you how to vote. It's like, shut up, bro. Just sing your song. I don't need you telling me anything about this. Who do you think you are? Sing the chorus, bro. Go back to the hook. But then at the same time, it's like, that's kind of not fair. Just because these people became famous doing one thing, now they could never talk about their opinion or their stance. That's not fair. Now it's just dance, clown, dance. That doesn't seem fair either. So it's a little tricky, but this dude puts this as the content on his show. It's not like he does his MMA show because it's an MMA show, and he does his MMA content and then kind of just talks about it. Maybe if he's getting interviewed by someone else or every once in a while on his social media. But he makes it, as far as I know, because I'll see clips every once in a while when I'm scrolling, it seems like he inserts it into his content. It's like, bro, why are you putting that here? Luke Thomas actively puts down his partner on Morning Combat. Like his partner is embarrassing himself, but Luke is literally the weirdest, most I've ever seen in the MMA space. I like Brian. See, I don't even watch the show enough to know who Brian is. I guess Brian's his partner. I don't know. I guess if Kaimon says Brian's a cool dude, he must be a cool dude. But I have noticed that. I wonder if that's the thing they do on purpose, like First Take. You know, Skip. Come on, Skip. You know how they kind of make these dynamics to try to make it entertaining, where they kind of butt heads. Like Josh Thompson, his show's completely different now. Josh Thompson used to do the show. I forgot what it was called. Was it the Punk and the Ref, or I don't remember. Remember Josh Thompson had that show with Big John McCartney, and it's kind of a bummer. I guess they stopped doing it. And now Josh Thompson, why can't I talk, bro? Josh Thompson, Josh Thompson. He's doing the show now, and they kind of rebranded, and now it's another dude, and they butt heads like crazy on there. And that dude, like, he says some disrespectful, crazy things to Thompson sometimes. They must be like really good dude, like buddies behind the scenes for him to be able to come at him like that. But I wonder if Luke's just annoying. He's just annoying. Never mind. What happened to the MMA holes? What? They're still killing it, man. They're doing good. I see them. I was so happy. When they finally got their plaque. And it means nothing. I don't even know where my plaque is. I know it's in a bin somewhere. But I remember when I got my plaque. I don't think I did there on the spot, but I think when I drove home, I shed a tear. I remember I was so happy. I legitimately thought my life was gonna change from that point on. I thought it meant something. I thought it was like, once YouTube sees you get there, now the gates are open. Now they're like shaking your hand, giving you the green jacket, like the golfers. You come into the exclusive club, like everything's different. They start calling you. The dudes from Google start calling you like, hey, what's up? How's it going today? You need anything? I got you, bro. Nothing like that. But I was happy when they got it because it's kind of like a rite of passage kind of thing. It's nice to have it. But I hate it. Was so stupid. I just watched their journey and how it just dragged out. It seemed like they were in like 80 something forever, and unrightfully so. They have such a crazy high production, entertaining broadcast. I don't understand it. But as far as I know, they're still killing it. Adesanya pulled a Ronda. He's been IMA. I was telling people, the ones that love the smell of their own pedos too much like that. It was the same thing. And obviously he didn't. Connor's a little bit different. And I don't know if it's his extracurricular activities that give him that confidence to overcome those dark times. But someone like Adesanya for sure, where when they lose, their whole identity is like, who am I? I thought I was this untouchable, unbeatable monster. This was my whole persona. This was everything I built everything on. I don't even know who I am now. I can't be the person that loses fights. What do I do now? And it's just, everything just comes crumbling down after that. And I said that, I tried to tell people he had that kind of personality. And he's going to come back. He's going to be like a whole anime thing. He's going to be better than ever. Okay. What the heck? Oh, shoot. I didn't realize I was so behind in the chat. Oh, snap. Yeah, you are. People don't realize how strict contracts could be. They could tell you what to wear, what to say. You're a paid slave. It's weird, Michael Wagner. I was talking about that the other day, too. I saw on UFC Embedded. I heard one of the ladies telling Jan Blachowicz like what he had to wear to the press conference. And they'll tell like NBA players and stuff, you can't participate in certain activities. You can't go play. You can't go on vacation and, go do some activity, some physical activity, because you might break your ankle and stuff. Can't even have fun with your family. Like, they own you. It's crazy. Non-disclosure agreement should be illegal. Yeah. Because they're basically telling you up front some shady stuff's about to go down. Never go full gold dust. I'm halfway joking, just don't believe his origin story. I never doubted it until today. Honestly. Before Christ. That's what I was thinking, bro. When I read that at first, I was like, I don't think that's what they mean, though. Brian Campbell, Bryan Cranston, Bill Cosby, Ilya Topara is definitely hiding the belt under his bed. Ay. Do you think that's what Ilya said when his wife said, kick rocks? He goes, ay. Oh, snap. I'm trying to get my video walls at the White House UFC card. We're putting in bids for the gig. Are you serious, bro? Are you serious? That's crazy, man. You got to do whatever you got to do. It's like getting a Super Bowl ad. Just tell them, just the biggest budget. Don't cut any corners, bro. Just do it all out. It's worth it. It's worth having that on the resume, putting it on your website. Yeah, we're at the White House. No big deal. UFC, no big deal. That's why Dana always told everyone Francis hits like a Ford Escort, because he felt the power. Yeah. Dang. Also, 2 children have died in Francis's presence. My man is like the Grim Reaper. Oh, snap. That's dark, bro. He tells lies with a hint of truth. I 100% agree. He doesn't care enough to lie. I think when he's being dishonest, it's more due to delusion than actual lying. I could see that. Dana wins millions gambling and probably uses the same shady tactics in his professional life. I used to watch a lot of it. I used to watch a lot of MMA on Point. And I remember when it first started, it was those 2 dudes. And I liked those dudes a lot. And I can't remember how our back and forth started. I don't know if I was leaving comments on their videos or if they left some on mine and then I responded or they responded and then there was a couple DMs. But we were friendly. And they shouted me out a couple times on their live streams. They used to live stream. You guys remember that? And then I started running into all my demonetization problems and age restrictions and this and that, and they just took off and blew up. And I remember there was at least, and I didn't watch their videos religiously, so I don't know if I missed any, but there were at least 2 blatant lines of mine, jokes, if you will, that showed up in their videos. And I'm not talking about like they put clips from my videos. I'm talking about like they just like if they wrote it themselves and redid it in their own content. And I was like, excuse me? And they had gotten so big by that point, they probably had writers. And the 2 main dudes probably had no idea. I'm not accusing them of anything, but I remember seeing that. And I was like, wow. wow, same as, I don't know if that happened before or after Dana White privilege, but I just started feeling like this is my role in the community now. I'm just the dude down there in the basement, just writing ideas on paper, just a little piece of paper and balling them up and throwing them. Hey, here you guys. All you guys that don't have the algorithm problems, here you go. Make a good life for yourself. It was upsetting, man. That's all I could think about for a long time. Now, I'm not talking about MMA on point. I'm just talking about the channel just being stuck. Blake McCring. Did I get this before I started selling cars or after? I don't even know, bro. Maybe a couple years. How long has it been? I've been around Dana several times. Oh, and have never seen that activity. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, no. We got drunk once though. What the heck? That's crazy. We were in an Orlando bar when some guy trying to pick a fight with Cyborg. What the heck? What the heck? Cyborg Abrea? I think in Adesanya's mind, when he knocked out Pereira, he was like, my job here is done. Like on this earth. And now he's just going to like coast forever. I think something in his mind felt like as long as I get that one back, like I'm cool. I feel like I remember hearing them mention you a couple times. Yeah, they're cool dudes. I don't even know if the same original two, how active the original two dudes are still even on the channel, because I feel like they've really grown and they have like paid writers and they got different dudes doing voiceovers. Like I don't even know they probably got some crazy infrastructure at this point. This might be a bad take, but I don't trust Demetrius Johnson. I mean, everybody has different judgment, you know. I know now it's not, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I know now it doesn't seem like the popular thing to say. I never liked Demetrius Johnson, and I used to say all the time that he just was like super cringy. And I think people have started to forget that, and they see him now as this real smile. He's like the Jimmy Fallon of the MMA universe now. Like he's just this real smiley, always laughing, like this smiley, laughy, happy guy. And I just remember when he was fighting, and he just had the most cringy persona and trash talk, and the way that he would interact with people was just so like. He seemed a little like you know how when you hear like Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk talk, they seem so awkward and seem like why would you say that? There's like 1,200 other ways you could have worded that. Why'd you say it like that? Like maybe it's the first time he's ever interacted with somebody. I always thought he was super weird. And then he kind of reinvented himself when he became the YouTube channel guy. But I remember I used to say that all the time. He always seemed like a dude that had like a short fuse and maybe was kind of like very type A and kind of had an attitude and kind of thought he was better than people. But then we'll put on the nice guy thing. But then would just in a pinch if he just seemed like he had a short fuse. And you could see through people like that when they try to act nice, but you could tell, I don't think you're that nice. Yeah, Shauna Rain, what's up? Yeah, GM, you're Felix the cat of MMA. For sure. Respectfully, with a magic bag full of good ideas, spitting out gems all the time. Hey, Shauna Rain, it's funny because I know who Felix the cat is, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. Like, I don't have a single memory of, like, the show or anything at all, so I don't remember what he does or anything, so I didn't know how to take that. But it sounds like a compliment. I need to watch a couple episodes. I appreciate that. Thank you. Pereira threw that fight. Oh, snap. Mighty Mouse are going to be at the White House? Are you playing? I never watched Metamorphosis. It's like, bro, I'm trying to avoid the grappling in the UFC, so I wasn't gonna go look for it. I felt the same way, Angel. I felt the same way about Poirier too. Same way. I'll be honest though, and I know I don't think this is gonna be popular. You know how a lot of people feel that same way about Mighty Mouse, about Poirier. I'm trying to think of who else falls into that, but the other main one I always hear is Chandler. And I don't hate Chandler. And I know that's not a popular thing to say because it's like you're supposed to hate Chandler, right? And he's so fake and he's this and that and he's a dweeb and I like Chandler. I don't like I feel like I just took a big weight off my chest, I don't understand the Chandler hate. I don't get it. I mean, feel free to enlighten me. I'm not saying anybody's wrong or you're stupid if you dislike him, but I don't get it. DDP making Adesanya cry at the press conference was the best. And then he was trying to turn it into like, yeah, man, real men cry. Am I right? Am I right? Crickets. I remember you making a video about Cowboy throwing the Conor fight. Was that entertainment or do you believe that? Well, it's always entertainment. I will make content about things. I hope you guys remember. I will always go for the laugh first. I'm sorry. I will always. That's what I'm here for. You had a long day. You had an unfortunate conversation with your loved one. Whatever the case is, I'm here to have a good time. I'm here for some laughs. I'm here for entertainment. Just know that. If you ever hear me say something super crazy, super funky, and you can't believe I said that, how do I have such a take? I will always choose the joke first. Always. By principle. Now, will I also hide behind that and try to get away with saying some crazy things and having some crazy takes? Absolutely. But I will always go for the joke first. That being said, yeah. And it's hard for me, like in the moment, 100%. Like all throughout the making of that video, 100%. It just looked, I mean, come on. Everything about it was just like, there's no way. This is fake, bro. Even if it wasn't fake, as in, they were in the war room talking about it and planning it out. As in, you know what? This dude knows he's not going to win anyway. This dude is fighting for a paycheck. This dude's just providing for his family. This is just a job. This dude's just clocking in. Just fold. Just fold. Take some shots and you're going to get TKO'd real quick. Easy night. I'm not saying it was this big conspiracy. I'm just saying I don't think the Cowboy fully saddled up for this one. Yeah. There's a car dealership and a lighting company that I used to work for. Lightning? Oh, lighting. I was like, how you guys work with lightning? That were called Felix. and they used the old-timey cartoon for a logo. Dang, I wonder if they could have got sued. That's crazy. Felix the K. Small world, hoser. I think Usman is next fight for Islam. Is that what you want, or you think that's what they're going to do? Or both? You know what? We could complain about it like Puritans. And we could say how it's... and by the way, the video that I'm going to upload later to the membership and Patreon is talking about this. The UFC rankings. A lot of people will refer to the ranking system and this and that. But I think the silent majority would like to see Usman. In case you guys forgot, I did a poll the other day. And the people wanted to see Usman. I couldn't believe it. I put Prates, Gary, Shavkat, Morales, Usman, McGregor. The people wanted Usman. And I had to fight and complain and try to convince and peer pressure. I think finally Ian Gary moved up, and then I closed the poll. But everybody right off the bat was saying Usman. I think the silent majority wants Usman. I think it's going to happen. I think he had enough of a reign. I think people enjoyed him enough. I think people get nostalgic. People get sentimental. They feel like he did enough for the sport. And I have to attest for this, personally. There were so many times that I doubted him. And I had to get to the point. I've officially put respect on his name. I could never doubt him again. I remember saying that in a video, in a stream. Okay, starting right here, I can never doubt him again. Because I doubted him time and time. Until he fought Leon Edwards, and then I called both of those fights. I was one of the only people, if not the only one, that called the first one. Other people started to get on the bandwagon for the second one, but I called the first one. But I think it's going to happen. I think it's very possible. Chandler does seem like a good dude. Yeah, I don't know Taylor. He's exciting. I love to watch Chandler fight, and I don't get the hate. Chandler has the worst fight IQ. Yeah, Chandler, he may be the ultimate rock'em sock'em, but that's why people love to watch him fight. His lack of IQ is our benefit. Chandler cheats. How does he cheat? I'm trying to remember. Is he one of the... I feel like you're bringing memories to my beanie right now. Is he one of the dudes that I remember getting frustrated with? Because he was like holding gloves or something like that. How does he cheat? I'm trying... Bring it back to my memory. And I'm not saying that like, prove it to me. I don't think he cheats. I'm wondering like... I'm trying to bring it back to my memory. Because I feel like I do remember that being a thing. And he did fight a bunch of big names. He came over. I think what Dana wanted to do, and we all know this, he's talked about it. He loves to bring people over from Bellator and then smash them. And he's going to do that with big names. Because he wants to make sure people watch. And he wants it to be a sure thing that they're going to smash them. And he did it. Chandler should lean into the fact that he has negative fight IQ with his personality, but he's always trying to be taken seriously, and it just comes across corny. Yeah, sometimes when he says like all these like goofy inspirational things and tries to get all dramatic, it gets a little cringy. It gets cringy. Definitely not Ariel Hawini. I respect it. I also don't know how to process reality, so I turn everything into a joke also. Respect. Autistic GM. Yeah, that may be it. I do turn everything into a joke. Absolutely everything. James Bishop, we're all here for the ha-has. That's cool. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. That's what I wanted to carve out. That's what I wanted to carve out in this community. People take themselves too seriously. There is a crowd of people on TikTok hating on Chandler because of him adopting kids, and they're just being hateful and ignorant. Yeah, I've definitely seen the videos, or I haven't. I guess I've seen clips or seen reference to them, because I definitely am not gonna sit there and watch them. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I mean, I've seen videos, excerpts of people making fun of him adopting black children, which is astonishing. It's just, I mean, I don't know if that's like the ultimate gesture of I don't know how to be organically funny or clever. This is the best I got. I hear sometimes I was around some young kids the other day, and they were telling very racist jokes. And they were laughing amongst themselves, and they were looking to me for approval. And they were like, "This is funny, huh?" And I was like, I didn't come at them like Luke Thomas, because I didn't want to give them the wrong idea. If you're around something like that and you freak out in a way that Luke Thomas would, all you're going to do is tell them, "Oh, this dude's soft. I don't want to be like him. He's a punk. He doesn't have a sense of humor." So in my own way, I tried to let them know, hey, who do you think you're talking to, bro? I like to laugh, homie. I hate PC culture. I like to have a good time. I like the funnies, but bro, it's supposed to be funny though. Let me show you what's funny. And then I start making them laugh. And then I start letting them know, bro, there's this low-hanging fruit. There's this edgelord, lazy, immature, gross kind of stuff that you could dip into. The most low-level, most base things that's easy to get into because it seems very accessible and mainstream. But trust me, you don't want to be that person. And it's, yeah. It blows my beanie to know that that's content. That's the butt of a joke to some people. Fascinating. Hoser, the power couple, says, and some for the jajas. Thank you. I don't know if I'm supposed to say ha-has or jajas, because I know that's the Mexican ha-ha, but I don't know if I'm supposed to read it phonetically. I did both. Thank you. Thank you for your continuous support. Thank you. I think of you guys supporting me when I'm working on my non-monetized channel that I got to work on tonight. You didn't put GSP. Wait, what was I talking about? Where would I have put GSP? What wasn't I saying? Wait a minute, how dare you? Are you saying that you don't like GSP, Angel? Are you equating him to Poirier and Mighty Mouse? How dare you, bro? That's not what you're saying, huh? You're playing. Masvidal wants to fight Conor at the White House? That sounds more realistic. Um, yeah, his lack of IQ is our benefit. Yeah, that's how I was agreeing with you saying that, and then I realized you were quoting me. Oh, you're right. He does. Yeah, yeah. Fish hooks, eye pokes, fence grabs. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, maybe half of the fights that Chandler's been in, I've rooted for him. And I wasn't necessarily rooting against him on the other ones, but he might have just been fighting a dude that I like even more. But I do remember calling those things out. And I can't remember if it was because I was frustrated with him because he was fighting someone I liked even more, or if I was frustrated because I was rooting for him and I thought he was going to get points taken away. Even since the Bellator days. Dang it. Oh! I forgot about that when he blew his bloody nose all over. Was that Dustin? That was nasty, man. Oh, I remember seeing that. Oh, that was crazy. Prime Diego Sanchez? Oh, snap. It's 2025, melancholy martial arts. It's 2025. I'm not here for the ha-has. I'm here for the hee-hees. Oh, is that the new thing now? Hee-hee. Is that how they text now? Hey, I'm throwing all of them. Ha-has, ja-jas, hee-hees, ho-hos, hoo-hoos. The Joshua Fabia days of Diego, the golden era. Do I have my chanclas wrong, or did you do a montage of his cheating GM? He's definitely a dirty fighter more ways than one. Did I do a Chandler one? I definitely did a serial gain one. Definitely. But did I do a Chandler one? I don't know, man. That's crazy. I didn't ever think. I've heard people do this before, and I'm like, there's no way, bro. Because I know what it feels like to spend so much time with the video, editing it. That's like, there's no way I would ever forget something that I made. But I wonder if I've been doing it long enough now that I can't remember some of the stuff I made. That's crazy. I don't know if I did. I didn't think I did. Make a GM, make a DVD on how to be a comedian, and I'll buy it. I'll start working on it. I need to teach myself first, I guess. That'd be funny. Do you watch the Jackson podcast? From time to time. I don't know if there's any podcast I watch regularly because I'm just always going from one thing to the next. I'm either writing or streaming or editing or shooting, and then I'm just trying to be with family. I don't see all of them, but I've definitely seen some. And for the most part, I like it a lot. Again, Jackson might have done a lot of bad stuff. He might not be the perfect dude, but man, he's entertaining. That dude makes me laugh. Even when he was raging out on that security guard the other day, it was making me laugh. As an adopted kid, I have to say adopting a black kid seems like ultimate savior complex. I have a loaded and personal opinion based on experience with this subject. I'll just say this. I absolutely understand what you mean. Also from a, not personal, but from a semi-personal experience as well. I completely understand what you're saying. I just don't think it's cool when, people come after in a way that, like, I mean, these kids are just these precious, pure little kids, and when they're becoming content, that's gross. But I completely understand what you're saying. If Chandler didn't speak about it like it was a social experiment, to prove nurture over nature, people probably would be less critical. True, racist jokes aren't the end of the world. People cry too much. I I agree. People do cry too much. This world is way too soft now. I wish it was back like it was in the old days. And you're right. I'm not. I hope I didn't misrepresent myself. There are definitely jokes that have hints of racism. There are definitely jokes where racism is the topic that are funny. I have had white friends and Asian friends and black friends that we throughout my years, throughout childhood, whatever, that we could exchange these cross ethnic, these ethnic jokes or whatever, and they're hilarious. But there's some of them that's like, oh, it seems like you just like racism, because that one's not even funny. And maybe it's it's not the racism part, but it's just like any bad joke is just a bad joke. I don't know, but I get what you're saying. I'm not like this. I'm not like Luke Thomas about it. And you can't touch it. You can't touch it. It's off limits. It's gross. It's great. I'm not like that about it. I'm not scared of racist humor. I think there's racist humor in Rush Hour, and it's hilarious. I love it. I wish we could bring it back. I think healthy racist jokes are very. I literally believe it's healthy because it allows people to not take themselves too seriously. But I was talking about some that are just. It almost is like, where's the punchline? It kind of just seems like you wanted to just be racial. Especially when it's little kids. It's like, man, let's give these kids more of a shot here. They're too young to be acting like this. Yeah, if nobody checks them, the street kids will, yeah. Thank you, bro. Your Aspinall video is king. Super funny, bro. And GSP will also be at the White House. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Legends battle. Thank you, Shauna Rain. I was very, very legitimately sad that not a lot of people saw my Aspinall video. Legitimately. I worked so hard on that. And it kind of turned me away from really feeling like wanting to make another one anytime soon, to be honest with you. It really made me feel like, what's the point? Because as far as I'm confirmed, I'm not saying it's the best video I've ever made, but it's like, I don't know if I could find one that's better. It was a super tight, solid, thorough, point by point, very well researched, funny. Like it was everything. It's what people always ask me to do. Do a breakdown, do a longer video, do the edits, I did it. And it bombed. So it was like, okay, I'm beating my beanie against the wall. Don't make these anymore. What's the point? Thank you, Kevin Gresham. One of these days, I'm going to find them. I can't remember where I shelved them. I'm going to find them. Get me some, period. Shoot. Two number ones, period. With onion. No tomato. Diet Coke. Dang it. 2 number ones. 2 number ones. With onion, no tomato, medium Diet Cokes. I tried. What the heck? What are you talking about? You're going to end up ordering the wrong thing because you don't read, period. I said with onion, comma, no tomato, period. Rampage was born to get roasted by the live chat. That just tells me though, like, it's just people are just dumb though. Cause you could just build it. It's just like in the old days. I was thinking about this a while back. In the old days, you could just see like some kind of. Imagine if YouTube was posted, if there was YouTube with no comments, you would just like what is good. You would like what you like. But people genuinely allow the views and the comments. It's the whole confirmation bias. And there's another one, social proof. People allow, well, how many views did this get? Oh, snap, this must be popular. This got 20 million views? I'm supposed to like this. Whereas if you saw it only had 8 views, you're not even going to click on it. And then it has a bunch of comments saying a certain thing. And then you're like, oh, yeah. They must be onto something here. Because people don't want to go against the grain. I could watch Rampage and think this dude is hilarious. But then all the people in the chat are saying one thing because that's what gets views, rage, drama, animosity. It's crazy, man. Why do you think YouTube pushes the streaming and talking to camera content? Talking to a camera with no editing content, lack of attention span from viewers, background noise for people. So Connor, I've done a stupid amount of research on this, and from what it sounds like, authenticity is a huge thing right now, and people are getting Mr. Beast fatigue. People are getting tired of that editing and the crazy, which is weird because whenever I try to just upload content where I'm just talking to the mic like this, like streaming's different. There's certain people that are just there's certain kinds of viewers that are built for streaming and they love the streaming, which is cool. But it's weird. The moment I record something like this, like if this wasn't a live stream and I just record me talking to the camera like this and upload that, I'm going to see comments. Hey, where's the edits? Where's the footage? Where's the cutaways? Where's the Photoshop? So I don't know. It's weird because I still see people doing that over here, but I'm seeing it non-stop on all the channels that are telling you how to get big on YouTube and all that and what you're supposed to do, and all the channels that have been around forever trying to give you advice and tips and tricks and stuff. They say it's authenticity. Stop trying to be Mr. Beast. Stop trying to do the retention editing. Stop doing all the cutaways. Stop using footage. That's another thing. YouTube doesn't like when you use a bunch of footage, because then YouTube potentially gets into trouble with copyright issues. They don't want Sony coming after them. They don't want Warner Brothers coming after them. They don't want the UFC coming after them. So if you're editing and using a bunch of footage, which I do like so much on this channel, like all my uploads, that's how they look. YouTube doesn't like that. It makes it nervous, so it doesn't want to push it. And then another thing that you said 100%, background noise. people are listening to things as they do chores, as they run errands, as they're commuting. They want something that they could put on and just listen to and not feel like they have to watch it or they're missing out on stuff. And that's always how I made my videos, unfortunately. I remember sometimes people would tell me, and this was when I was doing nothing but edits, and people would tell me, oh, I like to just listen to the videos while I'm driving or while I'm doing whatever. And I was like, no, because there's so many punchlines. There's so many visual punchlines. So many things that you're going to miss if you're not looking at the screen on my videos. So I have been very tempted to make the type of content where I'm just talking to the camera. But, man, I feel like it's such a step back from my written, edited content, and it's just hard for me to bring myself to do it. Is it the Tom and Serial Gain video is legendary, effing hilarious. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I was so proud of that video. I was like, this is my meal ticket. I was so proud of that video. Thank you. Maybe the Tom video wasn't well received because of the mixed feelings on him from the UFC fans. Some really like him, others are lukewarm. That has to play a factor. I was listening to some MMA Joey streams, and he's making Aspinall videos back to back about, the truth and how Aspinall's a punk and whatnot. And he was just bleeding subscribers, which, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. Can't just chase the subscribers and just be a puppet, It's a deadline. I don't want to really say who. I'm going to say yes, and you know who you are. I'm going to try to make it not too obvious. The answer to your question is yes. I don't know why I didn't. I usually do send voice notes. I'm notorious for voice notes. Thank you. I thought the Jamal Hill video was a good one, and apparently his wife liked it because she actually did like it on Instagram. What are the purple number 1 and 2 crowns in the chat section? YouTube is like trying to be Twitch now or something. I don't know, and they do this weird thing where they have all these different emoticons and stuff like that are supposed to represent. I think it has something to do with how active you're being in the chat, and it's like saying you're like you're on the leaderboard, you're like the most active and engaged viewer, which is like, okay, big whoopee. Is that why dislikes are hidden without software? Probably. People have had enough. It's always the silent majority. People have had enough. I will never watch Mr. Beast. I don't care if he gets 1 trillion views. Dude's a psyop. Yeah, I think he's a big weirdo. I've never seen someone more dead behind the eyes. I don't know if he's a real person. Yeah, it's very, very, very weird. Mr. Beast is a sociopath. Yes. Been listening to you now driving home. See, this is cool. This is why I do think it might be beneficial for the channel overall if I started doing more content like this, because then people could just listen as they're doing stuff. They don't have to stop what they're doing in their day and look at the screen to make sure they're not missing anything. But it's a big leap, man, especially on this channel. If I had another channel where I was just doing that from the start, then it'd be easier. But I already know it's a big 180 because I used to edit the heck out of those videos. So I just don't want to switch it up on people, Sensei, have you ever thought of asking Fight Fairy out? Who the heck is Fight Fairy? She's 5'10", so maybe a little bit tall for you. How dare you, bro? Didn't you know I healed my scoliosis? I gained like 6 inches, bro. I don't even know who that, but I'm in a very committed, very loyal, very loving, monotonous relationship. Aspinall is a joke of a fighter got fraud checked by the cheater serial gain. He gives up right away if it's not going in his favor. Serio. Everybody knows this. Oh, you saw it. You know I was talking to you? Yeah, hey, bro. All those years. It wasn't easy. Wasn't easy every second. But, yeah. Yup. All those years. ARJR, bro. Dude's feeling like just got out of church and everything, all uplifted and whatnot. I love it, bro. ARJR, I understand. I'm not trying to throw a curveball at you. I have to do the movie night tonight because there's no way I could do it tomorrow. I don't want to get too specific on here, but I'm gonna be pretty tied up. I'm actually tomorrow's the day I need to double up on my membership videos because I'll need to be able to upload one probably remotely on Friday. But we're gonna have to do the movie night tonight. Dominic Cruz's new podcast is incredible. His Mayhem interview came out today. I haven't watched it yet, but I have been enjoying it. I have been listening to his podcast. And he does come across more human and likable in his podcast than he ever has before. Where's Flaco? Last I heard, he's gainfully employed. He's detailing cars, doing his thing, stacking paper. Very happy for him. I watch all the videos. I don't listen. In case I watch all the videos. I don't listen just in case you make a funny face. That's the opposite. Thank you, Michael Wagner. I just need to I could be like Francis Ngannou at times, you know. I have to be able to overcome myself. Sometimes I try to spread myself too thin. I try to do so much, and honestly, when I first started the Sit Down MMA channel, it's so funny how quickly things change. I was so excited and motivated about it, and I've been a little bit discouraged with it lately, and I started wondering, should I just put those videos on the main channel? Like, what if I was consistent on this channel again? Because I never stopped doing research, and right when I started the Sit Down MMA channel, I started seeing these videos come out, big changes to YouTube, and they're talking about the algorithm and analytics and how you do well and this and that. And it was talking about how the algorithm hates new channels and that it could track if your channel is connected to an old email or a new one. And it thinks that new channels are like AI bots because there's so many AI channels popping up now. And it's like if you just come up with the channel right off the bat and you just start posting and getting followers, it's going to think you're AI. And if your behaviors aren't acting like a person, like if you're not watching a bunch of videos, long form, and commenting and interacting and engaging, it's just going to think you're a bot and it's not going to push you. And especially if your channel has a name like Sit Down MMA, if it sounds like a brand or a company, it's not going to push you. It has to be like a name. Like you have to put like your first and last name or something like that. And I'm like, dang, it says it'll be more successful if you use a channel with the old email. And I'm like, well, what do I do now? Because I feel like I already tanked my algorithm on this channel. I just get stressed out. But thank you, Michael Wagner. I'm going to do my best. Shout out to my homie Carlos. We were working on an elevator in Beverly Hills. No way, bro. Shout out to my homie Carlos. We were working on an elevator in Beverly Hills, and he throws on Mexican martial arts. and we listened every day while fixing elevators. Bro, that makes me so happy, bro. I wonder if is that Carlos Perez? Is that Carlos Perez? That would be such a coinkadink. That's so cool, Zeus Ruger. Thank you for letting me know that, man. That is so cool. Let's bring your homies together. That is so cool, bro. Dang. Wow, I'm just envisioning that right now. That's so cool. I'm surprised there hasn't been a contender series inside state penitentiary systems. The UFC was safe. That would be cool, man. That would actually be super cool. How'd you fix your scoliosis? I've been going to a chiropractor like 3 times a week, sometimes twice a week, but mostly 3 times a week. And long story short, I was super hesitant. I never believed in them. I thought they were fake and phonies and voodoo and all that. And I finally went because I was in really bad pain. And at first, every visit I would go, they would do stuff that didn't even feel like it was in the right area. And I was like, how is this why are they popping this when this other thing hurts? And apparently it all harmonizes together, you know? It like, you fix one thing because it has like a domino effect in it. But I am pain free. I'm pain free. I'm not coming at you like some hopeful individual. It's gone. It's gone. So I've been going and they've been snapping this and cracking that and moving, and it's gone, bro. I mean, honestly, I don't know if actually that's funny. I don't think I answered your question correctly. I think it's sometime next week or the week after, because I've done a bunch of visits at this point. They wanted to do like a checkup, like a checkpoint kind of thing, and I'm gonna do x-rays again. And then we're going to look to see where I'm at now. And that will officially tell me if it's gone or not. But I don't feel anything negative anymore. No more pain. And they were saying that mine was basically self-inflicted. It's not like something I was born with. It was just because of my habits and my postures and lifting and not taking care of myself. And that because of how it looked, that it was definitely reversible. Hey, I know it's the mainstream. I feel like I'm supposed to say American Me, but I like Blood In, Blood Out, bro. I love them both, but man, Blood In, Blood Out, it's different, bro. It's just more raw. ARJR, what's up, Dojo JM? Do what you gotta do to succeed. We're here for it all. I'm home from church, ready for movie night. Popcorn and Pepsi ready. I'm so glad to hear you can make it. Earlier, when I knew that I was going to have to do this, I literally thought, dang it, I don't know if ARJR is going to be able to make it. I got all my homies with me. That's cool. Well, then I'll be seeing you in a little bit. Thank you. I'm going to figure it out. Whatever it is, I'm going to figure it out, and then I'm going to do it. I just got to figure it out first. That's right, GM. I still listen every day. And a member? Thank you for telling me that, Zeus Ruger. That's beautiful, bro. That makes me feel so good. I mean, it's different like when I'm here in the moment and we're all here, but to know that it's also out there going on in the world, and like, that's so cool, man. Different Carlos. You definitely know more about social media, but I know you have what it takes. You either got it or you don't. You're definitely one of my top MMA channels. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I've also contemplated doing some non-MMA content because I know MMA is super niche, but maybe the Paramount thing will help. Maybe it'll bring in more casuals. And maybe casuals will like stuff like this more. I feel like a casual coming in would like my stuff more than they would like Luke Thomas, you know? He listened to the most elevated podcast while fixing elevators. Dope. Is scoliosis genetic? I don't know if that would be the way to word it. But I think, right? I think in a lot of cases it is. But mine was basically, because you could also, apparently, you could get scoliosis by, you could bring it upon yourself by abusing your body, basically. I just had to do these, it's just a lot of, it's like physical therapy, basically, to kind of posture yourself the right way and consistently make sure you're doing certain movements and aligning certain things. I mean, it was weird. My whole life, I thought scoliosis was like ridiculously like scoliosis. I didn't think it was reversible without some kind of major, like, I don't know, surgery or whatever. But I mean, I guess it's a lot more unfortunate for people who are born with it. ARJR has blessed Wally Payton, Green Shao, Logan Cole, Viva La Hunt, Grip and Rip. Well, those 5. Bless them with the membership. And I keep saying it, and I'll keep saying it again. This is not a vanity metric. These are people who have been welcomed into the non-stop behind-the-scenes content. You get weekday MMA videos that the public has not access to. And ARJR just gave you that access. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. When I found that out, it reminded me of the self-inflicted memberships. I was like, dang, I self-inflicted myself with the scoliosis. Yes, why? Question mark. What the heck, bro? Just tell me when you're here, period. No way. My friend Juan and I always argue about which one of us introduced you to the other. I know it was me who showed him the way. And then Jessica was like, it was me? Dang. I love that, man. That's cool. I don't know. It started like that. How many ribs did you have removed, Marilyn? Well, if you're gifted, you don't. Never mind. How are you abusing your body? I like to lift weights. I love to lift weights. It's my medicine. It balances my chemicals. And I lift like stupid heavy weights. I think that's it. I just like, and a lot of another thing. No, I don't think scoliosis would do that, but I think it has something to do with a couple of my discs. Was I got thrown pretty bad with some pretty bad form during judo, and I remember a couple times not feeling right when I got up during judo. Dang, since the Ridge Wallet promo, heck yeah. I miss those days, kind of. Not because the Ridge Wallet, but it just felt like a different area. I felt like I was more hopeful back then. Again, I am in a little bit of a slump right now. I've been telling you guys the last month or so that I've been feeling better and more hopeful and stuff, but I got to get out of this funk. I'm going to eat some food right now, and I'm confident that the food will get me out of the funk. What's up, Michael Fury? Kyphosis, what is that? It's a thing too. I saw your line, Dana White privilege, on an MMA article and thought of you, homie. I was like, hey, they must watch Mexican martial arts. Well, I mean, that would be nice. Francisco, that would be nice, bro. But, man, I heard them talking about Dana White privilege on Flagrant. I heard Andrew Schultz talk about Dana White privilege. I heard Joe Rogan talk about it. I heard Patrick CC talk about it. Dude's not even in the MMA community. And they always bring up Tony Ferguson. If you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know. Oh, bad posture for sure. One of the first things that they kept asking me was what I do for a living, and I didn't really want to get into that, but I let them know that I sit at a computer a lot. And they're like, oh, that's it. That's it. Just terrible posture sitting at a computer that long. Hey, don't forget the cannoli. Grab the cannoli. You're always live when I'm at work. Oh, much love, GM. What time zone are you in, Mr. 2X MMA? I'd like to try to accommodate if I can. Glad you're pain free, man. I had the self-inflicted one too. Ooh, from a lifetime of rough sports and from deadlifting ludicrous. That's what I'm talking about. It's good, right? Makes you feel good. Can't stop, won't stop. If you're ever able to, bro, I would address it, man. I just disagreed with Marilena for years, and now I just feel like an idiot. I feel so much better, bro. I'm not even playing. I had to have one of my kids put my chanclas on for me. I couldn't even reach my patas, bro. It was bad. It was so bad. It got scary. I made pepper steak tonight. Ooh, pepper steak. Me and Marilena went, it's dad stuff, you know? It's dad stuff. Me and Marilena went to this place a few days ago, and we were trying to do some Christmas shopping for the kids. And I really, really wanted to get this ribeye. But I chose not to because I wanted to get as many gifts as possible. And I thought that's unnecessary. So I got a grilled avocado chicken club. Because that's the kind of dad I am, all right? All right? Eat your heart out, Michael Chandler, all right? That's the kind of dad I am. No big deal, all right? No big deal. I didn't get an appetizer. Bro, I can't even remember the last time I went to a restaurant and didn't get like 3 appetizers. You already know how I get down. I didn't get an appetizer. I didn't get dessert. I got refills because they're free. That's how I get down. What can I say? Pepper steak. I will live vivaciously through you tonight. I will live vivaciously through this other familiar power couple in the chat. Do you still lift? I mean, it's hard to say yes, but no. I had my garage is a storage unit right now, and I'm in agony every day. I feel like someone that's like needs medication and he left it in his locker and he forgot the key. All my weights and stuff are in there, and it's a storage unit. And every day I'm like, am I going to have an extra hour or something? Clean out the garage little by little. I miss it. So like, yes, it's not like I've given up or anything, but my garage is a disaster. And I can't wait to fix it up and just start working out like crazy again. I hate it. For real, Connor, that's what he did. He's laughing about it too. It was good too. Bro, you're talking about dinner. You're talking about pepper steak now. Brian does not like crybaby. Johnny Depp's worst movie. Well. Almost the same to say, but I only eat fish, no meats. Hey, I mean, what is that called? Is that like the Mediterranean diet? I mean, I don't eat seafood at all. I don't touch seafood with a 10-foot fish stick. Like, I don't. But I think aside from like all the potential mercury poisoning and whatnot, I think it's for the most part supposed to be healthy for you. Help you stay lean and stuff. So that might be good. Who's your favorite OG UFC fighter and current? Now, is Khabib Nurmagomedov considered OG? Or are we talking about like before the modern era? Because I would immediately say Khabib. If we're going to go like super old, I mean, can you do better than Boss Rutan? I've always liked Ken Shamrock. Like, I just feel like, does the dude ever win? But I just like him. I just like to watch him fight. But I mean, I know it's a pretty basic, safe answer, but I don't think you could do better than Boss Rutan. Current, I mean, typically without hesitation, I would say Alexander Volkanovski, but jeez, man. They're not even ranked yet, huh? There was a couple people like lately that I was mentioning during streams, like, hey, I'm starting to like these ones. I think these are gonna be my new favorite fighters right here. But I think some of them aren't even ranked, honestly. Jeez. My favorite current fighters might be I think my top 3 favorite fighters are Volkanovski, Khamzat Chamoyev, and Rose Namajunas. It stinks. It stinks. Bro, I tell people that in my family. Like, they'll make comments about, like, somebody will finish some sushi or whatever, or some seafood, and the kitchen stinks, bro. It stinks. And I'm like, if we have some beef, that's not going to stink after. If we have some chicken, it's not going to stink like this. If we have some pork, it's not going to stink like this. You know that stink that makes you just want to get out the house? It makes you just want to move. It's seafood. Doesn't that tell you something? It's nasty. They don't want to look at it. Like, you could look at a piece of ground beef, walk past it, it's all good, slab of pork, but then you look at the fish, it's like, it's stinky, slimy, scaly. It's nasty. Everything about it's nasty, bro. It stinks. Yeah, Boss is just a good all around dude, man. He just seems like the best. Try a TENS device. It's a muscle zapper. Ooh, works great for me. I'm on my feet all day. Keep my lower back. Oh, is another word for that? A muscle. I forgot what it was. The first chiropractor that I went to that was a complete quack. He put something on my back that kept like zapping me, and that was the only good thing he did. It sounds like that might be something along the lines of what you're talking about. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of those. The world's most dangerous man. There you go. What was the name of the guy that recently won on 2 days' notice? Are you talking about Angel? I almost said his name, but I was like, I swear I almost. I wonder if you're also saying that because you remember I brought that dude up. Because I was saying, I like this dude. I like him a lot. I like his style. I'm rooting for this dude. He's one of my favorite fighters already. I almost mentioned him right now, but I felt like people were going to say that I was just being basic. And that I was just saying that because he just won and just the recency of it. And so I was like, I'm not even going to bring it up. Wasn't it like Ethan Erickson or something like that? You guys know that dude that just fought on 2 days' notice and he beat Wellmaker? What was his name? It was Ethan something, wasn't it? I like that guy a lot too. Hey, Melancholy, you changed your picture. Peter Yan, I could respect that. Sean O'Malley, I get it. I get he could have an exciting fighting style. I don't really, yeah, I get it. I've never liked Corey Sanhagen, but I get it. What's your thought on Guru Salam, aka MMA Guru? Does the Grandmaster have beef with the Guru? No. I don't have beef with anybody. I think I've avoided ever really having beef with anybody. I'm just not interested in it. It's pointless. Like, even if I say Luke Thomas is an idiot, like, I don't have beef with him. I always say the same thing. I just have like a standard generic statement. MMA Guru has always seemed like the Rain Man of MMA to me. He just seems like a encyclopedia. Seems like he really does his legwork on knowing the fighters and everything about them. And dude is a robot. He's a machine when it comes to his consistency. Just doing his thing. His fan base is a cancer. I will never back down on that. There's no way he doesn't know that. I'm not saying anything he doesn't know, but I've never had an issue with the MMA Guru. There is some crossover. There are some people that like MMA Guru that also come in here and show love. So it's not everybody. ARJR, what time is movie night kicking off? I'm gonna go inside right now. I think Marilena's bringing some food. I'm probably gonna I'm gonna go in real quick, and then come right back and start it as soon as possible because I don't want you guys snoring and falling asleep on me. I don't want to do you dirty and keep you up real late. So let me I'm gonna do it as soon as possible. ARGR muscle stimulator. That's what it was called. Muscle stimulator. Ethan Ewing. I knew it was something with the E. Yeah, I like that guy too. I looked up to Fedor as a kid. He was king in Pride FC. The aura. That dude is insane, brother. Heck yeah. Yeah, I like dudes that are just humble. They're not crazy. They're not big mouths. I like dudes that just do their work. And they're confident but not cocky. We got beef with Bobby Lee, GM. But I see you got to catch him by surprise. Dude, that was crazy, man. That was the highlight of my career. Connor. That took me by surprise, Angel. Connor. I didn't know it was like that, bro. Conor McGregor, bro. Dang. Brian really hates Crybaby. He's like, I'll come if we're watching Donnie Brasco. But I ain't watching Crybaby. ARJR, thank you, bro. One more for the road. 5 more for the road. We are family. Because I got ARJR with me. Bro, I ordered a pizza and it's doughy. They were super cool and sending me a new one. Gotta wait 30 minutes more. Oh, that's cool, bro. Hey, bro. Now all you gotta do is put the first pizza in the oven. And then you're gonna have 2 pizzas, bro. Heck yeah. That's what I gotta say next time. Hey, you know, it's kind of doughy. It's a little bit doughy, bro. Nice. Thank you, ARJR. Kamzok, VP9s, the Captain 29 Gabriel, and Nicholas Maracas. You guys all now have access to the membership tab, and I've been saying it all night. It is not a vanity metric. It's not just so you could be a gringo and have that green, bold, purdy name. It's not about that. I'm telling you, bro, put that in the oven, bro. Double your pleasure, double your fun, bro. It's not about that. You guys now have unprecedented access to the membership perks tab where you can watch all the extra Monday through Friday MMA content that the public does not have access to. It was really bad. Couldn't even hold the piece without a crumbling. Oh, no. Brian, don't come for the movie. Come for the fellowship and trash talk. Serio. Let me give you the membership real quick before I leave. We are at 1,174 members. We have never rolled so deep. We are on our way. We are healthily on our way to 2 million. Do you think Pantoja will be the same when he comes back? Yes. Yes. Now, I don't know if they're lying to our faces because it didn't sound like what they said was what we saw in the footage about what his injury was. But yes, I do. I don't want to spend a whole hour going into why I think so. But based on what it seems like it was and the dude who we're talking about, yeah. You guys have fun. I'm crashing. Good night, GM and Dojo. Thank you so much for spending some time here, Michael Fury. I appreciate you always. Amazing. Always a blessing to have you. Thank you. How do you accept memberships, or is it randomly gifted? They are random. Unfortunately, we can't pick them out individually. I've tried to give people individual memberships. I can't. I guess you have to go to my homepage on YouTube and go up to the membership, and somewhere in the drop down it'll say something about allow gifting for this channel. I don't know why they make you do that, but you have to choose to want to get a gift. Yes, I am doing a movie night. I'm going to go inside real quick, and then I'm going to come back, set it up on the Patreon, and it's going to go live on the Patreon. YouTube does not allow me to just play movies on here, like no thing, or they'll take me down. Patreon is its whole other server and does its own thing. It's like being on tribal land over there. So I'm going to be over there and watch Crybaby. Randomly gifted, just like these haymakers. Who wants one? It's gonna be Crybaby. Hey, it's a silly movie. I'm taking requests. It's a silly movie. But we're just dang Brian. Brian's going hard on Crybaby. I think Brian is a closeted Crybaby fan, to be honest. Magnus. But I'm gonna use the facilities and I'm gonna be right back. Just watch out. If you're a patron, just keep an eye out. I'm gonna go live shortly here, and I'll be excited to see you guys there. Thank you for being here for the stream. And I'm also gonna upload a video to the membership and Patreon at some point here this evening.